Welcome to U.R.S.T, the ultimate retro shooter template. This guide will walk you through the weapon system. You will learn how to make a new weapon in just minutes. The U.R.S.T weapon system is designed to be as flexible as possible. Instead of duplicating complex code for every gun, weapons are created using custom resources. This means you can create a new weapon whether it's a shotgun, melee, or rocket launcher just by tweaking settings available in the inspector. The system is split into two parts: the weapon resource, which holds the gun stats and visuals, and the weapon manager, which holds the logic. To make a new gun, you just create a new resource file. In your file system dock, right-click inside your assets folder or wherever you want to save your weapon. Select Create New Resource. In the search bar, type Retro Weapon and select it. Name your file and click Save. Double-click your new resource file to open its settings in the inspector. These settings give you full control over your weapon's identity and core combat stats. You'll start by giving your gun a name and assigning it a hotkey from 1 to 9. For quick switching, if you happen to assign the same number to multiple weapons, the system naturally cycles through them with repeated presses, just like the classic Half-Life weapon selection. From there, you can choose the specific ammo type it draws and set up your magazine mechanics. You can turn on reloading or turn it off to make it like the classic bottomless magazine style of Doom. If you chose the latter, make sure to make the mag ammo count to 1. Finally, you can tweak the weapon's damage, fire rate, and all the other settings until it handles exactly the way you want. In the behavior section, you can choose between making your weapon a hit scan or a projectile-based system. By default, weapons use hit scan logic, but checking the projectile option allows you to launch projectile whether it's normal or explosive. If you go the projectile route, you will just need to drag the provided retro projectile scene file into the projectile slot, drop your custom artwork into the sprite slot, and adjust the speed and gravity settings to get the exact flight path you want. Alternatively, if you are designing a melee weapon, you can check the melee box. This automatically bypasses traditional shooting mechanics, swapping them out for dedicated melee hit detection and unique impact sound effects. Sprites and UI section is where you drop in your weapon sprites. The template automatically times the animation to your weapon's fire rate and reload speed. If you don't have an equipping animation, the template will smoothly animate the weapon drawing using built-in tweens. Lastly, you can wrap things up by adding a custom HUD icon, a unique crosshair, and a pickup sprite for the weapon when sitting out in the world. In the audio section, you can drop in your sound effects. The template will automatically add slight pitch variations to keep the audio sounding unique and not repetitive. Now, as we mentioned before, while the retro weapon resource handles the stats, the weapon manager handles the logic. You can find the weapon manager attached to the HUD node inside the player scene. If you click the HUD node and look at the inspector, you can adjust the weapon bob and sway. To test your weapon, there are two ways. First one is to simply drag the resource file to the player's starting weapon slot within the player dashboard. Second way is to make a pickup for the weapon. This can be done very fast using the template universal pickup scene. To set up the weapon pickup, start by going to the top menu, click Scene and choose New Inherited Scene. From there, navigate through the Core and Core Prefabs folders to select the Retro Pickup Scene. Once it opens, look over at the inspector on the right side of your screen. Change the type to weapon. This opens up a new weapon resource slot where you can simply drag and drop your custom resource. Don't worry about setting a sprite texture in the visual section. The template automatically pulls the pickup sprite directly from the weapon resource. However, you can still manually drop a sprite in there if you want visual feedback while working inside the editor. Finally, set the bob speed and bob height for floating pickup animation. And just like that, you have a brand new weapon in just a few minutes. In the next video, we will be talking about how to create new enemies using custom resource and an inherited scene.